Good morning, dear students. How are you? Today we are going to begin our units in your book Aim High. You are going to find the unit and the text in your booklets. Okay, we are going to begin by Unit 1. Unit 1 is called the Memory Man. What do you mean by the word memory? Memory is a place in your mind, in your brain, where you keep everything in it. The happy events, the sad events, dates of something important, names of your friends, places you would like to go, places you don't like to go. We keep everything in this part of our mind, the memory. We are going to read about a man who is able to memorize everything. He is able to remember everything. He can remember everything, get it back very, very quickly from his memory. Okay? Our unit is called the Memory Man. This is an idea about the text. Background notes about the text. A text is about a person who is called Andy Bell, who has been the world memory champion 3 times in 1998, 2002, and 2003. Okay? He was a champion in remembering things. He used a method similar to the method of means memory palace or mind palace technique, described by the Greek scholar, which uses a well-known location to place things you wish to remember. He practiced to put everything in his mind as if he is putting things in drawers and locked on them, and when he needs anything, he get it out very easily. This is the text you are going to find in your booklets, and the highlighted words, these words which are highlighted and underlined, you have to study them by heart. The first word we have is being inspired by an article he read about the amazing memory man. Being inspired. What do you mean by the word inspired? Here you have the definition of the word. Inspired means aroused the spirit to do something. Example, an inspired performance, which means that you have seen something and gave you an idea to do. I have seen a beautiful scene. It had inspired me to write a beautiful poem. The other word we have, achievement. When you did something very good, something good that you have done. This film is his greatest achievement in his career. I have made a great achievement when I won the first prize. Achievement is something good, great you have done. Then the other word is catapulted him, which means to make someone or something move through the air very quickly with great force. To throw something through the air. When the two cars collided, they have been collided with each other, crashed to each other. He was catapulted out of his seat. He was thrown out of his seat. Then his dull existence. The word dull. Dull, what do you mean by dull? Not interesting. Something dull, something not interesting or exciting at all. I don't like this club. It is very dull. I can't find any enjoyment in it. Next part of our text, the word memorized. He has correctly memorized a pack of cards. He had correctly memorized a pack of cards. What do you mean by the word memorized? Memorized is a verb, is coming from the word memory, from the noun memory. Okay? To learn something so that you can remember it exactly. I have memorized my friend's birthday and bought her a present. You can remember something and from your mind. You have kept in your memory and you can remember it. Memorize is the verb from the noun memory. Then the other word, I will have a working knowledge of the past. A working knowledge. What do you mean by the word knowledge? It's information that you have in your mind. Information you have in your mind from reading a book, from experience, from someone. He has a detailed knowledge of history. I have a lot of knowledge because I am reading a lot of books. Okay? Knowledge is information. The next part of our text, as we have said, you are going to study by heart the highlighted words. I have never seen a water clock, so I imagine something like a sundial in water. What do you mean by this word? It's a kind of a clock, a type of a clock used in the past using the shadow of the sun. Before the watches and clocks in our modern century, they used to have clocks using water and sand and sun. Okay, sundial is a clock they used using the shadow of the sun. Sundial is used in telling the time. The next word, pantry. Queen Victoria in the pantry. Pantry, what do you mean by this word? A small storeroom or cupboard where food is kept. Nothing was left in the pantry except some eggs. I can't find anything in the pantry to eat. Next part of our text, you are going to find the whole text in your booklet. Okay? The basic idea is that you visualize events. Visualize events. What do you mean by the word visualize? To imagine or paint a picture of something in your mind. When you close your eyes and imagine yourself winning the first prize. I am always visualizing that I am winning the first prize. Visualize is to imagine that you are doing something. To imagine that you are doing something. Next word, stump upon events at the start of a century. To step badly and almost fall over. When there is something you are going to fall because of it. Be careful, don't stumble over these stones in the floor. Essentially, the historical events become like furniture. Essentially. What do you mean by this? Basically or naturally. She is an essentially selfish person. Something by natural can be changed. The last word in this part, you learn to associate them with a particular room and place. Associate them with a particular room and place. Associate means to relate to things or people in your mind. Relate to things or people in your mind. Most people associate brand things with good quality. All of us think that anything has a brand name is of great quality. You join these two things together. When I see a person who is wearing white coat in a hospital, immediately I associate him to be a doctor. I join two things together. The next part of the text, I have to maneuver around him to get to, I have to maneuver, to move with care or skill. To move with care or skill. You have a specific skill, you are moving with it. I find big cars difficult to maneuver. I don't have the skill to drive big cars. And he said that everybody can benefit from his techniques. What do you mean by the word benefit? To be helped by something. Everyone will benefit from the new hospital. To get something good from it. To get something good. You can apply it to anything. Apply it to anything. You can apply it to learning. Apply to use something in a particular situation. The same method can be applied to many questions. I have learned a lot of ways to answer this question. To answer this question, I am applying what I have learned on this problem. By this, we have finished our text. You have to learn the 15 words by heart, and this you can practice for yourself to be sure that you have understand. To check your understanding, try to put these group of words, everyone in a sentence, to check that you have understand well. Goodbye and see you later.